In this video, I'm going to break down the top 8 best credit card sign-up bonuses for March 2023, which will include both personal and business credit cards, and I'll go over the specific value that you can get from each of the welcome bonuses, and then I'll also go over some of the long-term value that you can get from each of the credit cards as well. So without wasting any time, let's jump right into the video. All right, let's start this video off with a bang and discuss the first credit card that made my list for the best credit card sign-up bonuses in March 2023. And that card is going to be the IHG Premier card. The IHG Premier card has an annual fee of $99, but then this credit card is offering its best welcome bonus offer ever, which is going to be to receive 175,000 IHG points if you're able to spend $3,000 or more in the first 3 months. Based on the points guy valuation of IHG points being worth 0.5 cents per point, this welcome bonus would have a value of $875, which again, since the IHG Premier card only has an annual fee of $99, the value that you get from this welcome bonus could cancel out the fee that you need to pay on this card during at least the first 8 years of having the card. Then if we take a look at the return on spend, the IHG Premier card has a minimum spend requirement of $3,000, and then you're able to get a value of $875 from the welcome bonus. So this would represent a return on spend of 29%. In terms of the point multipliers on this card, the IHG Premier card is going to give you 26x back at IHG properties, 5x back at travel, gas stations, or for dining, and then 3x back on everything else. But again, it is important to note that IHG does have a lower point value, so those point multipliers are going to actually be a lot lower. But the reason that the IHG Premier card could actually be a viable option for you long term, even beyond that really strong welcome bonus, is because you'll get a free night award on your account anniversary every single year. That free night award is going to be valid for any stays up to 40,000 IHG points, which would give you a value of $200. So this benefit alone can single-handedly make the value on this card worth more than the fee every single year if you simply just use that free night award. And overall, I know that IHG properties aren't the #1 choice for most people, especially in comparison to the big 3 hotel brands of Chase, Marriott, and Hyatt, but this card is offering a super strong welcome bonus with the opportunity to get some long-term value from the card as well. All right, if we continue along the hotel credit card trend, the second credit card that made my list for the best credit card sign-up bonuses is going to be the Marriott Bonvoy Bold card. The Marriott Bonvoy Bold card is going to be a great option for those of you who want a hotel card but don't want to pay an annual fee, because yes, the Marriott Bonvoy Bold card does not have an annual fee. Despite not having an annual fee, the Marriott Bonvoy Bold card has a pretty high welcome bonus of being able to receive 60,000 Marriott points if you're able to spend $2,000 or more in the first 3 months of having the card. Based on the points guy value of 0.8 cents per point, those 60,000 Marriott points that you get with this welcome bonus would give you a value of $480, which is not bad at all for a no annual fee credit card. Also, if you factor in the spend requirement of $2,000 and the value that you get from the welcome bonus of $480, then the Marriott Bonvoy Bold card would give you a respectable return on spend of 24%. Then the Marriott Bonvoy Bold card will give you 14x back on Marriott properties, 2x back on all other travel, and then 1x back on everything else. The Marriott Bonvoy Bold card is a no annual fee credit card, so it doesn't have a ton of other long-term value, but you will get no foreign transaction fees, lost luggage reimbursement, and purchase protection. And overall, the Bonvoy Bold card is a great option if you want a hotel credit card with a solid welcome bonus, but you do not want to pay an annual fee. All right, the next 2 credit cards shouldn't come as any surprise to any of you who have watched any of my previous credit card sign-up bonus videos, because these 2 credit cards are offering what I think to be the absolute best welcome bonus for any no annual fee credit card, and those 2 cards are the Chase Freedom Flex and Chase Freedom Unlimited. As I alluded to, both the Chase Freedom Flex and the Chase Freedom Unlimited do not have annual fees, but then both cards are offering a welcome bonus of being able to receive $200 cash back and 5% back on grocery stores during your first year if you're able to spend $500 or more in the first 3 months. That $200 cash back is going to be given to you in the form of 20,000 Chase points, which can be redeemed for cash back to get $200 in value, or if you leverage a card like the Chase Sapphire Preferred, you could transfer those points out to Chase's travel partners and get $400 in value from those 20,000 Chase points. Even if we be conservative and value those 20,000 Chase points at $200 in value, and then if you consider the $500 spend requirement, then the return on spend for the Freedom Flex and the Freedom Unlimited would be 40%, which is really high. Plus, even in addition to those points, Both of these cards are going to give you 5% back on groceries during your first year, which basically means that you can use either the Freedom Flex or Freedom Unlimited as your dedicated grocery store credit card in year one. In terms of the long-term value on the Chase Freedom Flex and Chase Freedom Unlimited, both of these credit cards are going to offer you elevated multipliers of 5x back on travel booked through the Chase portal, 3x back on dining, and 3x back on drugstores, with the Chase Freedom Flex getting you 5x back on rotating quarterly categories, which are going to include some really popular spending categories like gas stations and grocery stores, and then the Chase Freedom Unlimited getting you 1.5x back on everything, which means that Freedom Unlimited can act as your catch-all credit card. Ultimately, the Chase Freedom cards have pretty consistently had the best welcome bonus that I've seen for any no annual fee credit card. So if you don't already have these cards, then I definitely recommend getting one of these cards right away. And I do have links to both of these sign-up bonuses down in the description of this video. And so it's a great way to support the channel if you want to check those out. Okay, before I get into the best credit card sign-up bonuses for business credit cards, the last personal credit card that made my list is also a no annual fee credit card, and that card is the Capital One Saver One. The Capital One Saver One has a welcome bonus of being able to receive $200 cash back if you're able to spend $500 or more in the first 3 months of having the card. Similar to on the Chase Freedom cards, you can get that $200 cash back in the form of 20,000 Capital One miles, but that cashback rate will be lower. So in order to get that $200 in value, you do need to book travel through the Capital One travel portal, or even better, pair this card with a card like the Venture X, and then transfer your Capital One miles out to Capital One's travel partners, aim to get 2 cents per point in redemption value, and then get $400 in value. But ultimately, this welcome bonus is good, but it's not amazing, and it's definitely not as good as the welcome bonus that I just discussed with the Chase Freedom cards. But the Saver One can teach us a good lesson, because sometimes instead of chasing the absolute best welcome bonus, we should instead be okay with settling for a good welcome bonus for a credit card that we can also get some long-term value from. And even though the Saver One does not have an annual fee, there are some aspects of this credit card that you can get some long-term value from. As an example, Capital One currently has a partnership with Uber, so you'll get a complimentary Uber One membership until 2024. Then you'll get point multipliers of 10x back on Uber and Uber Eats, 5x back on hotels and car rentals that are booked through the Capital One travel portal, 3x back on dining, entertainment, popular streaming services, and grocery stores, and then 1x back on everything else, which are some really strong point multipliers for a no annual fee credit card. Also, people always talk about the Chase Trifecta and Amex Trifecta, but one really underrated setup is the Capital One Duo, which is pairing the Capital One Saver One with the Capital One Venture X. Ultimately, the Capital One Saver One is a really solid no annual fee credit card that offers a really strong welcome bonus as well as some long-term value as well. All right, now if we shift into business credit cards, the first business credit card that made my list is going to be the American Express Business Platinum Card. The welcome bonus here really just depends on what your situation is and what offer you're able to find, because there are a lot of different offers that are circulating out there, but the offer that I am seeing is for 120,000 American Express points if you're able to spend $15,000 or more in the first 3 months. If you just redeem those points for cash back, you'd get a value of $720, which is still going to be more than the annual fee on this card of $695. But if you took those points even further and you transferred out those points to American Express's travel partners, then you could get a value of $2,400 from this welcome bonus, which would be enough value to cancel out the annual fee on this card for at least the first 3 years of having the card. Additionally, if you take into account the potential $2,400 in value and the $15,000 as a spend requirement, this would represent a return on spend of 16%. Then, in terms of the long-term value on the American Express Business Platinum Card, you'll get some credits that can help to offset your annual fee. So you'll get a $400 Dell Technologies credit, a $360 Indeed credit, a $150 Adobe credit, a $120 wireless telephone credit, and then a $250 airline fee credit. If you're able to use all of those credits, then you can absolutely completely offset the $695 annual fee, but chances are you probably aren't going to be able to use all of those credits, and the credits that you realistically are probably going to be able to use are going to be the $400 Dell Technologies credit, the $150 Adobe credit, and then the $250 airline fee credit, which could still all give you a lot of value. In terms of the point multipliers, you'll get 5x back on flights and hotels booked through the American Express travel portal, and then you'll get 1.5x back on construction and hardware suppliers, electronic goods retailers, software and cloud system providers, and shipping providers. And then this is a luxury travel card, so you'll also get some other travel benefits such as airport lounge access, access to the fine hotels and resorts collection, and then an airline bonus for any flights that you fly in first or business class. Okay, the last two credit cards that I'm going to discuss are going to be Chase Ink business credit cards, because the Chase Ink collection is currently offering the highest welcome bonus offers that have ever been available. The first of two Chase Ink cards that I'm going to discuss is going to be the Chase Ink Business Premier. The Chase Ink Business Premier has an annual fee of $195, but then this card is offering its highest welcome bonus offer ever, which is being able to receive $1,000 if you're able to spend $10,000 or more in the first 3 months. That $1,000 is going to be given to you in the form of 100,000 Chase points, which you can redeem for cash back at 1 cent per point to get $1,000 in value. Or you could transfer those Chase points out to Chase's travel partners, get 2 cents per point in redemption value, and then get $2,000 in value from this welcome bonus. And if you're able to maximize your value and get $2,000 in value from this welcome bonus, then the value that you could get from the welcome bonus could basically cancel out the annual fee that you need to pay on this card during the first 10 years of having the card, plus you'll get a solid return on spend of 20%. In terms of the long-term value on the Chase Ink Business Premier, this card is especially going to be valuable, especially if your business makes large purchases, because you'll get 2.5% back for any purchases over $5,000, and then you'll also get an unlimited 2% back on every other purchase. Okay, but if you want to chase after one of those highest ever Chase Ink business welcome bonuses, but you do not want to pay an annual fee, then this next card, the last card that made my list, the Chase Ink Business Unlimited, is going to be a great option for you. The Chase Ink Business Unlimited does not have an annual fee, but despite that, this card is offering an insanely high welcome bonus of being able to receive $900, or in other words, 90,000 Chase points, if you're able to spend $6,000 or more in the first 3 months of having the card. You could redeem those 90,000 Chase points for cash back and get $900 in value, or you could leverage another Chase card and transfer those points out to Chase's travel partners and then get $1,800 in value, which is going to give you a return on spend of 30%, which is really high for a credit card that does have a decently high spend requirement. In terms of the long-term value, the Chase Ink Business Unlimited is going to be very similar to the personal Chase Freedom Unlimited, and that the main value that you'll get with this card is you'll get 1.5x back on every purchase that you make. Okay, so those are my picks for the top 8 best credit cards with the best sign-up bonuses in March 2023. But let me know down in the comments if you're getting any new credit cards in March and what you think the best bonuses are. Okay, so those were the best sign-up bonuses, but if you're looking to get a new credit card, then check out this video that I'll put on the screen right now, in which I go over the top 8 best overall credit cards for 2023. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Peace.